Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be on the foods that I ate right after surgery. I do have a series called What Do I Eat? But this is actually going to be What Did I Eat? And honestly, it hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot. I do try more foods today than I would early on. And for all of y'all that are looking at just how to prepare, what do I need to have in the house? Whoever my caregiver is, what do they need to prepare for me? What does that look like? What does the grocery list look like? So I'm going to share with you what I ate, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas when it comes time to do your pre-surgery shopping. Without further ado, here you go. Thanks for watching. My breakfast menu always had eggs on it, mostly scrambled, and I would usually throw in some white toast, which was low residue, also waffles or pancakes, anything that was sort of a floury type of a carbohydrate. It was actually easier to go through the system. Lunches for me consisted of a lot of peanut butter, still today, soups, with or without vegetables in them. The one thing about soups is the vegetables in them are really soaked for a while, so they're a lot easier to digest. Tuna fish, cold cuts like ham or turkey or even chicken. My dinners generally consisted of a baked protein like fish, white fish, salmon, chicken, or turkey, and the hospital I was in actually did a really good job on those. My vegetable choices were always a little sketchy because I applaud the hospital for having more fresh, available vegetables, but that's not exactly the easiest foods to digest after surgery. So I would always call up and ask, are they canned? And if they weren't canned, then I would actually ask for a side of soup because I knew that they would be softer. One of my daily vegetable staples was potatoes, and often I would order baked potato because I would just remove the skin. A quick word about ordering off the menu in the hospital. Wherever you are, I don't know how it works, but in the hospitals that I've been in, you call ahead into, you say it's breakfast and you've had your breakfast, and they let you call into lunch about an hour before lunch is supposed to be delivered. And I was allowed to have an unrestricted diet because my doctors and surgeons, hospitalists and staff, they knew that I had already researched what was going to be necessary for me to eat as far as getting my strength back, but also knew that I wasn't going to have high fiber foods. I knew what a low residue diet already was. So I could go ahead and order a baked potato knowing that the skin was going to be on it, but they knew that I wouldn't eat the skin. So just a little heads up there that if you have that kind of a relationship with your doctors, if you're doing the research and you can just pull it up quick on your phone. Just go ahead and search low residue diet. You know the things that are going to be safe to eat. If that's what you're dealing with, is IBD. You could be watching this and dealing with other types of GI conditions that you can't even have some of those foods. So definitely, this is not medical advice, but I'm just telling you what worked for me. And because I did the research well in advance of having the surgery, by the time it came, I already knew what it was that I was going to need to be eating and what I was going to need to be avoiding. So I have pretty much loved apple pie. It's probably one of my favorite desserts. And when I was in the hospital, that's what I ordered after my surgery. But there was no skin on the apples, so it was a fairly safe food. I didn't have any problems with it at all. And even to this day, I'll have more no sugar added just because I'm trying to cut down on how much sugar I'm taking into my body. But that was a fairly safe food for me. I've had baked apple when I've gone out. I don't know if there's a Cracker Barrel wherever you are, but baked apple is usually one of the staples on their menu, and not had any problems with it whatsoever. So that's one of my go-to desserts, but it was right after surgery as well. And then lastly, talking about nutrition, I would also add about supplements. Now, I'm not a dietitian or supplement expert or anything like that. I'm just somebody who's been doing research and trial and error on my own. But a friend gave me a box of, it's Sun Warrior, and it's kind of shaped like a box. I'll put a picture up here, but Sun Warrior protein powder, and it's plant-based protein. I'm not vegan, neither is she, but it was a great way for me to get a lot of nutrients that I wasn't really getting from other foods. So smoothies are an excellent way to, won't probably get them in the hospital, though I think some of them will give you Ensure and things like that. The great thing about doing your own smoothies is that you can avoid the extra sugar by choosing carefully what you use for a protein powder. The Sun Warrior has a great amount of protein and very little sugar, which is great for my particular diet. So just a word on that. There's other supplements that I do take, but I'm not going to go over that in this video. I was really trying to make this as short as possible. So kudos for all of y'all that, number one, if you're going through this, I get you. I mean, just know that there are other people going through it too, have been through it, will be going through it. There is a strong community. If you'd like information, if you're a lady and you'd like information on a ladies Facebook group that I absolutely love, leave that in the comments. And then also, because you're doing this in advance of your surgery, that low residue diet is really what's worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for you too. But if you're somebody that has found other solutions, things I've forgotten, please definitely leave them in the comments. This is a community. I want this to be helpful, not just what I'm sharing, but you're sharing too, or that you're going through, you can share with us, would be helpful. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you're in my community, and I will see you on the next video.